Welcome to Study Loop.
Okay, so for this problem, you just put in what D, E, and F were. You didn't submit what A, B, and C was. You asked what the margin of error was, what the 90% confidence interval of the population mean was, and would it be reasonable to conclude that the population mean is 52 gallons. So I would assume that you gave like a sample, and maybe your sample was somewhere like the sample mean was like 55, and the sample standard deviation was say 3, and you had so you need the sample, and then in the sample you had 45 in the sample, and you want a 95% confidence interval. Okay, so we'll do that, and or actually, I'm sorry, a 90% confidence interval. So we'll do it based off of these numbers. So sample mean, so you do 50 plus or minus, and we have to figure out the t-score. So let me put these numbers in. So we have 55, sample size is 45, and sample standard deviation is 3, confidence interval is 0.9, and we'll round out to 2 decimal places. And so to calculate my t-score, I'm going to do 1 minus 0.9. I get 0.1. And I take 1 minus 0.1 divide 0. I just messed that up. 0.1. 1 minus 0.1 divided by 2, and I get 0.95, and t 0.95, and then a degree of freedom of 44, and I get a t-score of 1.68. So I take 50 plus or minus 1.68, and I multiply that by my standard deviation of 3 divided by a square root of 45. So I get 50 plus or minus 1.68 times 0.45. So I have 55 plus or minus 0.75. And so my confidence interval of 90% confidence interval would be 54.25 and 55.75. My margin of error would be 0.75. So would it be reasonable that the population mean is 52 gallons? No. So for my numbers, no, it wouldn't. For yours, would it? Maybe or maybe not, depending on what your mean and your standard deviation is. So I hope that this video helped. This is the middle school math teacher signing out.